All right, week 13. It's a little bit different. Week 13 is not totally done. We have a Tuesday game, and every game that is on for our league is going to be affected by tomorrow's game. So there's no finals yet. So it's going to be a little bit different. We got Luke over here. That's definitely different.
I'm back.
Garrison's stuck on his honeymoon.
Stuck.
Well, he's texting us constantly, so I feel like he's stuck somewhere.
He's made like 5 transactions already.
Yeah, exactly. And we got Matt. Came all the way from New York for us.
Just for the episode.
We'll have him talk to us right after this.
Welcome to the show, live from Mesa, Arizona, with your host, Garrison Stevens. Ryan Dieter. Hold on. There he is. Produced by Keaton Mangiolo.
Yeah.
Just 2 Beardos.
All right, we're back. Like us, subscribe to us, ring the bell.
Ringy ding ding
That's
dong.
not what we
Was that the
usually
bell? Of all the things back there, you don't have a real bell?
I was trying to mix it up for Ryan.
do. Yeah, because I talk about, we always do ding ding. But now Garrison does ding dong because his dad did it.
Okay.
UPS man.
UPS man. Yeah, again, we got Matt here. It's a miracle. He came from New York,
It's a miracle.
took a break from saving lives. You know,
Yeah. Because I know how to do a lot to save lives.
that's not very, very reassuring.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You'll be fine.
That's Matt's
I know how to do
diagnosis.
CPR.
Well,
Good enough.
Yeah.
Wow, you learned that in Scouts. Cool.
Oh, got him. Except for
Keaton
Matt wasn't in
already.
Scout.
Yeah, I should be
Already.
sitting on that side taking a look at Keaton and his nice comments. Had to get the beep button ready there for a minute.
Oh, we'll put a beep in there if you want.
No.
We
Well,
can beep stuff if you really want to say.
I'll try
some
to be
real-
PG.
real-
Don't worry.
Don't
See
worry.
how mad he makes
try.
me back there.
So Matt, we have you on here. We want you to talk about things of this whole entire season. So things that went well, things that went terrible. First and foremost, a hot topic the last couple weeks has been your trade of Derrick Henry to Garrison.
Listen, I have no defense of the trade, really, other than I was very, very tired. I know y'all don't understand this, but I was studying for 2 exams, and it was a bit much, plus I'm in a surgery rotation, so I didn't have my full faculties about me, so Garrett took advantage of me. That's all I'm saying.
Put that on record. Quote, Matt said,
He's going
"Garrett
to hate
took
that
advantage of
comment.
me."
Screw you, Garrett.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we heard. He didn't say he took advantage of you, obviously.
Yeah, so I thought I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I thought I wanted to keep Chubb, so instead of saying he asked for Chubb, and then I was like, whatever. What about Henry? And turns out that completely flipped it. I mean, they both would have been in his advantage, but
Yeah.
that was more.
Yeah.
Also, I thought I was out of the league at that point. Like I thought I was out of contention. So
Well, that's why we made it a 6-team playoff, was so instances like this don't happen.
well, it did happen. So.
Well, and you were still in the playoffs.
Well,
So that's what we're hoping deter stupid trades like that.
it didn't deter this one.
Yes, because you can't read the standings correctly.
I don't even know that I looked at the standings. To be honest, I thought I just
Nor do you watch
I just
the
felt it
podcast.
in my heart that I was out of it. So I do watch the podcast.
Well,
most of-
we said like a
most
week or two
episodes.
before that you're still in the running for
Must
sure.
have missed that one.
Yeah, must have. You were even still in it up until today.
Well, I'm
Or
for sure out of
yesterday.
it now, right?
Yeah, you're for sure out. So
Oh.
for everyone at home, Nick was eliminated last week. Matt is going to be eliminated this week. Obviously, nothing's official because the week's not over. But even if he wins, which he still can, and even if I lose, which I still could, I still have the tiebreaker of most points over Matt. So either way, he'll end up missing the playoffs barely.
Donating $30 to the winner.
Yeah, and donating Henry to Garrison.
You're welcome to the rest of the league
Yeah.
and to Gare.
And another big thing that happened for you this year that really kind of threw you off, I think, a lot was the injury of George Kittle.
Yeah, I was kind of relying a lot on George Kittle and Allen, but Allen got a little inconsistent, and then Kittle obviously got injured, so that kind of... I didn't do a very good job drafting this year. I'll just admit that from the get-go. But so I was kind of relying on those two players, and then with inconsistencies and injuries, then it just didn't work out.
Yeah. And I just remember at the beginning of the year, that was something that really threw you off, I think, a lot. Because you were getting a lot of points with George, obviously.
Yeah. And Allen was doing great at the beginning of the season, too. So,
yeah. I mean, he's still been pretty consistent.
yeah. But, like, he had
he
a
tore it
rough
up.
patch there.
Yeah, he tore it up very much
Yeah.
at the beginning. Okay. What else happened this year that you want to talk about, get off your chest?
I mean, I don't know. Nothing that I really need to get off my chest. It was kind of an off year for me.
Saving lives.
I'd like to make an excuse that it was like I'm in a surgery rotation, but really it's like I'm not very good at fantasy, to be honest.
What about any kind of like specific rule changes? Do you have any?
Rule changes?
Like, is there anything like you want to see next year to be
I just
different?
want whatever will give me the advantage. That's what I want to see. So we can just make those changes as we go.
Well, we're going to have a sit down, and we'll probably actually have a podcast on us getting together. and
Listen,
talking
you're going to
about
do
that
the
stuff.
sit down, and you're going to do it at the right after the season, probably.
No,
and
I
then
want to
Garrison
take a
is going to
break.
propose 13 million changes to that in the meantime, so it's not going to do any good.
No, everyone's going to be involved. Don't worry. Even if you have to FaceTime in, we'll get you involved.
Okay.
And there's going to be rules brought up and voted on.
I'm just saying it needs to be closer to the actual season, I think.
No, I think so too.
Because it's just giving Gare too much time to
Yeah.
think about changes. It's
Yeah.
not a good idea.
No. And he needs
Sorry,
to focus
Garrett.
on being a husband.
Yeah.
So,
And not texting us.
on
On
his
his
honeymoon.
honeymoon.
I need to change my kicker and my defense, apparently. But 2 separate days, they got that text.
Paying more attention to Matt's lineup than his own wife on his honeymoon.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, Gare.
Let's get into what's happened so far for week 13. So we'll begin with my game here. So I'm less than 4 points away from beating Marcus. I still have Lamar Jackson for tomorrow. You would think, Ryan, count that as a W. This is why you cannot. Today, Antonio Gibson gets hurt in his game. He ends up with 1.4 points. Could happen to Lamar tomorrow, for all we know. So,
Yeah, but you only need 4 points.
yeah, I'm telling you, Antonio Gibson had 1.4 points and he got hurt and he's out for the game.
Right, but I mean, let's
I
play
know.
the odds here.
I know
Are
the odds
that you're
are
only-
in my favor.
The odds are ever in your favor.
Thank you.
Shut up, Matt.
I didn't
So
say
yeah,
anything.
so we can probably, due to the odds that you spoke of, give me a win. Marcus already texted me GG.
Good
For all
game.
for all
Good
you
game.
non-gamers out there, that means good game.
I definitely didn't have to ask what that meant earlier.
You did not. So we think that will be a win for me. So that will drop Marcus down to 8-5. I'll go up to 6-7. If that does happen, let's get back to the scoreboard here. Let's get to you, Matt, and Keto. This one is still up in the air. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, every game is going to have something change with tomorrow's game. from
Does it
either-
affect the what's this rankings if
Yes.
if he wins?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
So
That's the only thing that would change because I'm for sure pretty much eliminated.
yeah. So thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, sorry.
So no, it's good. No, it's a good thing.
I
So
forgot Ryan's the driver of this.
no, it's
Shut
good.
up.
The third seed is only going to be able to be claimed by Luke or Marcus because they're still vying for the 2 seed for the first round bye. So whoever doesn't get that 2 seed automatically becomes a 3 seed. They're not going to drop further than that. So it's up to Luke and Marcus, however their games play out, who will be the 2 seed and earn a bye. The other one will have the 3 seed and then play either me, Keat, or Gare.
Nice.
And then the 4-5 matchup will be a mix of either me, Keat, or Gare. So we're going to go through in this episode every single possible outcome. It's going to be a little bit different episode. We're just gonna play it off the cuff today. So yeah, with that being said, Keto is down 15, a little less than 15. If Amari Cooper is able to get 15 or more, he'll beat Matt, which will help him stay above me in the seeding of it all. He's scheduled to get 14.1. So
Yeah, Cooper's he's a wild card.
yeah, and it's a Baltimore defense that's pretty good. So it'll be tough to get 14 that way. So that's that game. Let's get to Luke and Nick. Another game that's up in the air. Luke, I think you're done with all your players, right?
Yeah, I'm done. My running backs did not produce this week. That's supposed to be my.
Why are you disappointed right now? All right, what is your likely ending?
It's confidence going into the playoffs. You gotta.
You have kicked our asses this whole season, and you're worried about confidence?
No, you want to hit the peak at the right time going into the playoffs. You want to know your running backs are playing well, and that kind of scares me. Sanders, that's his second week in a row that he did not play well.
He's due for a good one, though.
Might be due for a good one. I thought Mostert was going to come in and have at least a decent game. Doesn't do that. So it's a little scary that these guys aren't rolling going into the playoffs, but I think McCaffrey's coming back next week.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So that'll help out. But
So Luke ends at 106.64. Nick's currently at 93 and some change with Marquise Hollywood Brown is what he goes by, and Justin Tucker. So if they combine for 14 points, Nick will beat Luke.
yeah, doesn't really, well, I would like a first round bye.
No, yes, I would love a first round bye.
So I mean, that's why I want.
'Cause that
that's
gives you
reason
another
I was kind of
week.
disappointed.
That gets you another week closer to McCaffrey if McCaffrey doesn't play this week.
True.
How do the playoff games work? Is it 2 weeks per game, or is
No,
it
just
just
one.
one.
is the championship 2 weeks though?
Nope, just one.
Oh, they're all
Everything's
just
one
nice.
this year.
Well,
That's different though, right? Before we
Yeah.
had 2 weeks on the championship game.
Yeah, because we expanded it from 4 teams to
Oh,
6
right.
teams. So that's the reasoning. So the top 2 teams get a bye in the first round, and then the 4 teams will play. And then the winner of those 2 games will play the 2 bye teams that we had. So Nick still has a possibility to pull this off. I would say a pretty good possibility. I mean, Marquise Brown, if he gets a little bit. Justin Tucker's automatic. He's like probably the best kicker in the league. So
He's going to
if
miss all of his kicks tomorrow.
he could.
The curse of Ryan.
Yep. So if that happens, so if Luke loses and Marcus loses, I think Marcus will still end up, well, he'll definitely have more points, 4. So he'll get the tiebreaker. So Marcus will get the bye if both of them lose.
Yeah.
We think Marcus will lose. If Luke can hang on against Nick, Luke will get the bye. And that's what he's banking on. He's banking on Marquise Brown and Tucker not doing
I
well
mean,
tomorrow.
aside from last week, Marquise Brown hasn't scored over 10 points in the last 7 weeks, 6 weeks. So, I mean, that's promising to me. I know they're playing Dallas, but we'll see. I got some hope.
Yeah. They got 2 points against, or Tucker only got 2 points against Pittsburgh. But that's Pittsburgh
Yeah.
versus Dallas. Pittsburgh defense versus Dallas defense is a very different defense. As in one is good and one sucks.
Is that what that meant?
That's what that meant. It wasn't the kind of system that they run. It's just one's good and one sucks. And then our last game that is still going to be affected by tomorrow. Garrison, derelict my balls.
Has he always been called Derelict My Balls?
No.
When is that?
Who,
Change
Gar?
that.
Yeah.
We could start calling him that.
Derelict My Balls? All right. Changing him in my phone now.
No, he had to change it because he traded Devontae Adams. Remember?
Gotcha.
And you gave him Henry.
Okay, let's keep bringing that up, please.
For a bag of chips.
For a bag of chips.
Fun
What
size
chips
bag of
was it?
chips.
Honestly,
way.
I would like a bag of chips at this point.
You
He
didn't. You
owes
never
me-
got those chips.
No, I'm going to tell him
So
to order
this
me some
trade is
chips.
void. Call it
Yeah.
off.
Points
How do we change
count.
that?
So Garrison's done. He's at 101.46. He can't get any more points. Oh, hi, Mark. Dez, his brother, is at 92.9. And he has a couple players left. He's got Zeke, who hasn't been doing well since Prescott's gone down. We've talked about this 1,000 times. Because they're going to stack the box because they're not afraid of their passing game. And then he's got the Ravens defense. I think I'm pretty confident to say that Dez will probably win this matchup. He just needs 9 points between Zeke and the Ravens defense, who I don't think will get negative points this week against the Dallas team. I don't think.
Yes. I agree that he'll probably win. But again, I'm looking at the last 6 weeks for Baltimore's or for Zeke, aside from when he played Minnesota, hasn't scored over 10 points. Just a thought.
It's
Well, he
true.
only
You
needs
can't count
10
anyone out
points,
at this
though.
point.
He just needs 10 points total. He's got
Yeah.
Zeke and the Ravens together.
I mean, it's very unlikely that
Yeah.
I know. It's
he
still
loses,
possible.
but it's still possible for sure.
But now that we've said it, it'll probably go the opposite.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Everything
absolutely.
I'm saying and predicting is going to go opposite. We know this.
I know. I always
Have you
like
guys
when
seen my
you,
prediction
predict me
record?
to lose. Yeah.
Well, Luke was all confident last week.
I know. I thought I was
gonna blow him out.
I thought I was hot stuff.
So yeah, and if Keto and Gare lose, and I end up winning like I should, I'll become the 4 seed. So I go from 6 to 4 in 1 week.
All these possibilities are twisting my brain into
Dude.
like a pretzel.
I know. I was trying to figure it out for the longest time. That's why it's going to be an interesting podcast here.
I'm not even trying to figure it out. I have paper and nothing in front of me.
So, like I mentioned, we're going to go over every possible scenario for this next week, and we're going to give our quick predictions on it all. So
It'll be a 4-hour
strap
episode.
in.
We almost should go just by team and see how strong their team is going to play next week. Never mind. Never mind.
Good job.
Never mind.
Is there a crickets thing you can play right now?
I get
I'll
what
find
he's
something.
saying. We're not going to talk about every team, every single matchup. Once we talk about someone's team, we can, reflect back on what we said earlier and be like, because of this, I think they match up better
yeah.
against
Yeah.
Marcus's
That's exactly what
team,
you meant, right, Luke?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Ryan can always find a way to like spin something positively, and it's so annoying.
Or negatively.
Yeah, but I feel like most of the time, like I say the negative thing and he spins it positively. It's the worst.
That's true.
That's why we brought you on. We
I
needed
hate how
I just want to
positive
bring
you are.
everybody down. You all suck.
It's the crab theory. Matt's the crab that brings us all down.
What's the crab theory?
Again, you don't
here we
listen to
go
our
again.
podcast.
Well,
Come on.
I've listened to almost every episode.
It's been brought up in 2 episodes. Actually, well, one I don't think was football. One was a different one.
Which
But
one was that?
I think it was Lisette and Jordan's. I talked about it.
I
originally.
watched that. I listened to that one.
I think the
What
crab
is
was
it? Tell me.
The crab theory is basically if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, they're going to start wanting to crawl out. But the crabs that are not crawling out will grab the other crab and bring them
Oh,
down.
for sure. I'm out of the playoffs. I'm trying to pull you all down. 100%.
Emotionally.
That's how it felt with that Henry trade.
Yeah, exactly.
That was unintentional, but now I'm glad I did it.
So you unintentionally have crabs.
I think
Have crabs?
I think Keat purposefully did a bad week so he'd keep me out of the playoffs.
Yeah, that is what I did.
Yeah. I don't think he did, but
Yeah, I don't think so.
as I was looking at the games, though, like, of course, Keaton's struggling this week to beat who?
Yeah, but you're about to score like 1 million points. What are you
I get
complaining
it.
about?
I get it. I know. I just had to tell my team, hey, we could just focus on ourselves.
You're projecting
Just score-
182
just score
points.
a lot of points. We don't have to worry about it. That's what I told my team.
I don't know what my eye roll counter's up to at this point, but I just add one right now.
Let's get into our first of 9 different possible games that we can
The
have this
timer
week.
at right now. Let's see.
So Luke, we'll talk about Luke versus Gare as a possibility. Luke, I'm guessing you're going to go with Deshaun Watson. He's up against the Bears. Eckler, I'm sure you're going to keep against the Falcons. Sanders, you were talking about. Obviously, if McCaffrey's back, Sanders isn't playing. So that is a big if this week. Let me see if I could get any information that he's hopeful McCaffrey will be available for Sunday's game against the Broncos. That's what the head coach said. So it's still, we don't know. Metcalf, Julio, Kelsey, those are all your starters, obviously. Mostert.
I've got some bad matchups. Just based off of what I'm seeing here, I'm all red, and that's really what I go off of. I know that it's a bad matchup because it's red.
Yeah.
But Mostert going to Washington they're a tough defense. Sanders, Eckler, all those guys up against good defenses.
Who are
Think
you
about
likely to be
Mostert-
against next week?
Well, he's
From
got
our league?
three
I
different
don't
ones.
know
It could be me,
exactly.
Gare, or Keat. We don't know yet. Depends on the
You got
seeding.
this.
Thanks.
I got confidence in you.
But Mostert, though, you could take out. I mean, you can take him out for any of your receivers because he's in the flex position.
That's true.
So, I mean, you got A.J. Brown. You could throw in Robbie Anderson, Juju. I mean, heck, you could even throw Ingram in there as a flex if you really wanted to. Colts defense has been pretty good. D's Lutz, I mean, you named your team after him. He's solid. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, like the top of this list, it is, a lot of red, but I mean, you do have still some good players playing this week. We'll just see how it shakes out. In that flex, can you give us what you'll probably do? Would you put Anderson, Brown, or Juju there probably?
Well, if McCaffrey plays,
That's obvious. Sanders.
then you take out Sanders.
Would you put Sanders in your flex or no?
No, I don't
Okay.
think I'm going to play Sanders this week.
Okay.
Going against New Orleans. I'm probably going to go with A.J. Brown. Going up against Jacksonville. This week, he should have had another touchdown. He got stripped at the 1. So that robbed him of another almost 10 points right there. He would have had a huge week this week.
What's with you and having receivers doing that? Because DK Metcalf did that
That's
earlier
true.
this season.
That's true.
Just robbing you
I don't
of
know.
fumbles at the 1 yard line.
Karma
So-
for having such a good team.
Yeah.
Not this week.
I don't feel bad for you when you've destroyed us the rest of the season. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
saw
so
your
yeah,
pity.
that's probably my flex is AJ Brown.
Well, then let's get into Gare's team, what he's got going on. So Herbert, he's probably going to be his quarterback against Atlanta, which is a terrible defense, even though Derek Carr couldn't do anything against them. Still not bitter about that one. Montgomery plays Houston. Derrick Henry plays Jacksonville. That's a pretty good matchup for Henry.
All these are good
Herbert only got
matchups
4
for him.
points this week.
Yeah.
They got
Can we just-
Dude,
smacked.
New England killed. Like, it was 45-0.
It's an ugly game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
4 points is real ugly.
He's got Godwin. Allen, there's no way he's going to take Allen out. Hawkinson's going to stay there. The only thing I could see him doing is putting Josh Jacobs in if he's healthy. I think that will definitely happen. Claypool might get in there.
Jacobs playing Indianapolis though.
Yeah,
He may struggle against them.
but I think I'd rather try that versus Montgomery or DeAndre Swift. Especially, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, Jacobs is solid enough that I think he'll do better than those guys.
Yeah.
So that's what those are at. I think looking at it here, if it was Luke and Garrison this upcoming week, I'm going to go with Luke for the win. Who wants to go next?
I'd also go with Luke. The only thing with Luke that I'm a little concerned about, sorry, you're right here, so it's awkward, but your running backs, if you get McCaffrey back, you're like a lot better, but I don't know. That's just a little bit of a question mark for you.
I feel the same way. I'm not gonna not pick myself, but I definitely have a lot less confidence this week. Just because I have some tough matchups. All those guys didn't have a good game this week. But I'll pull it off in the end. Don't worry.
Okay.
I mean, I think you'll pull it off. There's a few question marks for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with another possible matchup. Marcus versus Keaton is a possibility. So Marcus, he gets Tom Brady back this week. He was just off of a bye. Kamara, he's not going to sit him. He'll definitely be there. It was interesting he played Gallman. He actually gave him some good points this week.
Look, can we just talk about this? We've given Marcus crap for however many years we've done this league, but he's done really well. He's made some really good picks this week.
He's been listening to other podcasts as well. About
So you're saying the
fantasy
other
football.
podcasts are better than you at predicting?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know.
Probably.
You have to ask Marcus that.
Apparently it's working
But
for
he's
him.
getting more information. Better information.
Better.
At least from this side of the table.
Excuse me.
Not,
No, I'm talking
not when
about-
we're here.
I'm
when
talking about when you guys are not here. This position is usually
He's also texted me like good decisions to make.
like
So-
trading Henry.
Okay, I didn't consult anyone on that. All right, I'm very sorry. Is there a counter on how many times we've brought the Henry trade up?
We should. Thielen, there's no way he's going to bench Thielen. Woods has been solid all year. Tyreek Hill, obviously. Those three, I think, will definitely be there next week. Tight end, Gesicki actually gave him a lot of points this week. Going up against Kansas City, though, that's going to be a tough matchup to get some good tight end points. Young Ho, dude, the dude just scores points. He's got to be like the highest scoring kicker of all time, or at least close. Because he's getting like close to 20 like the last 3 weeks.
Isn't he? He's leading the league in scoring this year, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying
in the NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, in the NFL as well. Yeah. But
Really?
for kickers, he's averaging 12.6 as a kicker.
With a name like Young Ho, you got to score.
You got it. He knows how to score.
Absolutely. His whole life has been scoring. What are you talking about?
So, yeah, Marcus gets some key guys back. Like I said, Tom Brady especially coming back this week. And then if McCaffrey's out, he could play Davis. I'm trying to think who else he'd put in for Gallman. Man, he has Justin Jefferson as a wide receiver too. He's got a good bench. It's just the running back spot that's a little bit, Gallman. If he gets Mac Davis back, that'll be good for him. But if McCaffrey comes back, then he's stuck with Gallman or whoever is in the waiver wire. Any other insights on that team?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is a
my
solid
insult.
team. It's a solid roster. It's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else, let's get to.
Wait, what? Who? He's against someone. Do we need to make a prediction here?
It's against me. No,
well, we got to talk about his.
Oh, we don't need to talk about Keaton. I predict.
Well, he already chose over you. Sorry, Keat.
Hey, honestly, I'd probably go the same.
Patrick, you got Patrick Mahomes starting technically, but Russell Wilson plays the Jets this week. That's a great matchup for you.
Well, hopefully
Keith.
it'll snap him out of his slump. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's pissing me off.
And Mahomes is playing Miami. Miami's got a solid defense, so from that, take as what you want from it. You should know who I would be playing in this situation.
All right, I'll do the opposite then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because there's a possibility I might be playing you. We'll get to that
Ask
later.
Marcus what his idea is. He'll.
He won't tell me if I'm playing him.
True.
James Robinson, who's been solid all year. Chris Carson's coming back. Again, a matchup with the Jets, which should be favorable. DeAndre Hopkins against the Giants, that's favorable. Amari Cooper going up against Cincinnati, that's favorable. Henry against Atlanta, favorable. Key, you got some really good matchups this week, actually. This is...
Well, that
I
feels
actually-
good.
But a bad team.
Looking at this, I don't want to play you this week. Now that I'm looking at this, it's setting up pretty well for you, actually. If it is you and Keat, or you and Marcus.
Me and myself. I wonder who'll win.
Not you.
Either way, I win or lose.
So Matt just picked Marcus automatically over you.
Listen, Marcus is on his revenge tour this season.
I get that, but Keat, your matchups,
Marcus is
I
coming
don't
for
know
blood
who
this
I
year.
would pick.
He is pissed that we haven't been choosing him to win.
I mean, Marcus, if you're against Keat, I picked Marcus last week to beat me. So
I didn't watch that episode yet.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
he shouldn't be saying anything. But Keat, I'm going to go with you.
Nice.
I think you have a really good week set up for you. So that's my prediction.
I'm sticking with Marcus.
I'm gonna go with Keaton.
Wow.
Nice.
He made that decision on the spot.
Yeah, I did honestly. But yeah, matchups are key.
All right, Marcus, don't fail me.
I'm going with Keaton.
All right. Well, there's one team we haven't talked about that's going to be in the shuffle for this week. So we're not going to talk about Dez. He has a bye this week. He's not going to be playing anyone. Nick.
We don't want to
And
talk about
Matt.
Dez anyway.
Yeah,
so
we don't need it.
we don't want that on the episode I'm on, so that's good.
And Matt are out, so we don't have to talk about their team.
Thanks
No,
for bringing that
let's
up
talk
again.
about them.
They're not very good teams.
They sucked all year.
Hey, Nick made it
Yeah,
interesting.
actually,
I had a few high scoring games. We were talking
He
about
is the
scoring.
fourth. He's the fourth highest scoring team,
Matthew.
and he's
And-
out.
Yeah,
He just had bad matchups this year.
Yep, that happens.
and an overall bad team.
It wasn't a bad team.
Where's Luke at?
It wasn't
on
a good
that?
team.
Luke is
He was up
second
there. He
or
was
third.
Yeah,
I was fifth.
Who's number one? Des.
I think Des.
Yeah, but you'll probably be 4 by
Actually,
the end of the.
I'm second.
Okay, yeah, he was second. Maybe Marcus is first.
Marcus is first.
Seems
then
like the
Des is
driver of
third.
the show should have had this like worked out before,
Oh, please.
especially since he was bringing it up.
memorized. Should have it
Maybe just
memorized.
written on this paper. I don't know.
I'm not Garrison where
Just
I
an
just
idea.
look at these numbers and just memorize them and just dream about them and wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and discuss a trade with Matt. I don't do that.
That's true. I have gotten a lot of late night texts from Gare Bear. I think we all have, to be honest.
Except for Gina, apparently.
Yeah, there were none that she needs to be jealous of, though. Don't worry, Gina. Does Gina listen to this? Probably not.
doubt
I
it.
think she does.
She sleeps through it every now and then.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Carrie's almost
Sometimes I
there.
sleep through it too. It's fine.
Let's talk about my team since it's the last one to be talked about, and then we can discuss our further games. So I got Lamar up against Cleveland. Cleveland's been a pretty solid team this year. Aaron Jones still will not get carries within 20 yards of the end zone. The only reason he got a touchdown this last game is he rattled off a 77-yard touchdown. That's the only reason why. It's because they were... Anyways, that's been frustrating. Gibson got hurt today, so I could be hurting for a running back. I mean, I got Gurley, but he hasn't been doing great for the second half of the season. Connor...
Connor has fallen off for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah. In general, yeah.
and yeah.
Connor should be back from the COVID list, but he's not he didn't play today. So I'm expecting him to be back next week against a pretty tough defense of Buffalo. So if that does happen, I could still put Connor back in for Gibson if Gibson's still hurt. Thomas, Ridley, they're not going to change. Waller's not going to change after giving me 45 points last week. Stephon Diggs. Man, it's tempting for Ayuk. And Deontay Johnson, who I actually traded from Luke. He's been putting up some good numbers too. So my wide receivers, I can fluctuate and see what I can do with that. As far as matchups go, Aaron Jones, great matchup against Detroit. Gibson, a decent matchup against San Fran. They're just banged up. Thomas against the Eagles, that's pretty good. Ridley against the Chargers, that's pretty good. Stephon Diggs against Pittsburgh, that's pretty tough. But that's kind of what the layout of my team is for this year. And this matchup we're going to talk about is Luke versus me. Luke, what do you got? Who would you say?
I gotta go with myself.
Is he the new Garrison?
I feel really good about
I feel
it.
really good. Yeah, I feel really good about it. No, with Gibson out, that's tough. Waller's got a tough matchup with Indianapolis. Yeah, you're going to be hurting at the running back spot. So I got to go with myself.
Well, Connor should be back, though.
But even Connor, I mean, hasn't been doing fantastic.
But I feel like it's
Not
gonna
putting
be a
up
huge drop.
giant
It's
numbers
not like a
that you're going to
Marcus
need to beat me.
situation.
So
Marcus is in a bad situation if he doesn't have that running back. I think it was, right? Someone was hurting for a running back. If someone's out.
or
I think
else
it
he
was
has
Marcus.
to play Gallman.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hurting
But Gallman
too.
hasn't been bad.
I'll trade him someone. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Who do you want, Marcus?
He'll give him Chubb.
I'll give you a Chubb, Marcus.
He'll give him a Chubb.
I think in this situation, I'm going to go with me just because the matchups for Luke were not that good for this week. I think we have pretty similar rosters. I think he has a little bit better players, but I think the matchups are going to help me out this week. So I'm going to go with myself. Matt?
Yeah, I don't think the matchups are really. I don't think you have a huge advantage with the matchups necessarily, but I don't know. I still think Luke has a solid team, so maybe I'm bitter because you knocked me out of the playoffs, but I'm going to go with Luke.
You knocked yourself out of playoffs, if we're being real with everything.
No, we're not being real. We're blaming you.
All right, let's get on to our next one then. The possible matchup of Marcus versus Garrison.
That's a pretty good matchup right there.
Yeah, we talked about Garrison just a little bit earlier, obviously. And he's like in decent matchups. I'm just never in love with his players. Like Montgomery's very inconsistent. I really don't like him. Or Swift. Swift is inconsistent as well. Derrick Henry has a really good matchup, and so does Herbert that we talked about earlier. And then Marcus, though, I think with Brady coming back, and I feel like he was missing someone else. I think it was Davis was on a bye last week, so he could put him back in for Gallman. I'm going to go with Marcus. I think obviously he has a better roster. He could fill in and do a lot better. And I don't think Garrison has enough good matchups to overtake the roster that Marcus has.
I am going to pick the underdog here
Whoa.
and go with Garrison.
Interesting.
I think he has a lot of good matchups. I think Marcus is gonna struggle at the running back spot, like we talked about. I'm just gonna predict on a whim that Miami's gonna find a way to limit Tyreek Hill. I'm just gonna say it. That's my prediction.
Well, it's
that
a solid
he's not,
defense, so
yeah. I don't think he's going to have those monstrous games that he's been having. So, yeah. I'm going to go with Marcus here. No, with Garrison.
Matt?
Changing the prediction within the prediction.
It's tricking.
I like that.
So tricky.
Keeping us on our toes. So I think I'm also going to go with Marcus. I don't know. Garrett does have some good matchups, but like Herbert is a little bit, is he a rookie or is he the second
he's a
year?
rookie.
So he's a little bit inconsistent, like just as you'd expect from a rookie. So even though he has a good matchup, I mean, like today he threw down 4 points, so fantasy points, I should say.
Yeah, they
this week.
scored 0 in real life.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm
that's
just
why I'm
making
saying,
a
like,
point that they sucked because they scored 0 real life points.
But like it just
A fun fact
inconsistency.
that I heard today was that no rookie quarterback has beaten New England in like a crazy amount, like in 20 years or something like that.
That's fun.
Ever since Belichick has been there, it's
not very fun if you're not
rookie
a-
quarterback has ever beaten him.
That's
He's
crazy.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
that is wild.
Freaking Belichick. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Marcus though on that one.
Okay. Next matchup possible, Luke versus Keaton. I will lead us off here. I love Keate's matchups. I'm going to go with Keat on this one.
Didn't we already do what was
No,
the
we
matchup?
did.
It
We
was
did
me and
Marcus and
Garrison.
Keat.
Oh, okay.
I got the list right here. Don't worry. I'm the driver. Let me drive. Stay in
I
the
don't
back
know.
seat.
You didn't do your research on the points, so I don't know about all this.
So I'm going to go with Keat. I think Keat's going to have a really good week no matter who he's up against. I really hope I'm not playing him. So I'm going to go with Keat.
I'm going to say the same thing I did for my matchup with Garrison.
The Gare answer, basically.
What Garrison?
The Gare, like where you choose yourself.
Yeah, I got to go with myself. Even though I don't like my matchups, I think guys are going to have a bounce back. I'm not
So you have
playing
absolutely
Sanders.
no reason to choose yourself other than you want the confidence.
Absolutely.
He feels good
I'm going
about
with
it.
the Nick. I'm going with the Nick here. Good vibes.
That's true.
Yeah,
Good
just
vibes.
putting out the energy. Good energy.
Good energy.
Hey,
That's
good
what it
energy.
was.
That's
You
what
need
it was.
some
I
of
can't
that,
fault
Matt.
you. Shut.
What happened?
I almost-
Stroke?
No.
Seizure again or what? Ooh.
I almost had to get the bleep button out. That was
Just let him fly, Matt.
no.
Who you got?
This is me to pick now.
Yep.
I've picked Luke on everyone, so I'm gonna go with Keaton on this one.
Wow,
Just to
even after I was dissing you.
Yeah. I am an equal opportunity fair person, so screw you.
All right. And then the final possible 3 seed, 6 seed matchup would be Marcus versus myself. Luke, how about you lead us off with this one?
Let me look at your team one more time. Oh, yeah, I got to go with Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Straight trash.
After I just stomped on him this
No,
week.
I mean, Marcus has consistently been putting up
I know.
big numbers. I know Ryan's about to put up 180 here, but
Fluke. It's a
I
fluke.
doubt that's going to happen again.
It's kind of crazy that you're going to play him back to back if that happens.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Marcus here.
Matt?
I'm gonna go with Marcus as well on his revenge tour. Sorry, like he's gonna be mad that you beat him this week. He's just plain angry anyway. Like,
Plain angry.
he's taken years of abuse in his fantasy
And
league.
taking
and he
even
is-
more reviews on the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast has brought it out. I'm going with Marcus. He's pissed.
I'm going to agree with you guys. I think he just has a better roster.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how mad he is because he players, but
And he's getting, and like I said, he's getting a couple players back this week off of buys. So I think that's going to help him out a ton. All right, so that wraps up our 3 seed, 6 seed possible matchups. Now we just have 3 games or 3 possibilities for the 4 or 5 matchup between
oh my gosh, all
me,
these like
Gare, and Keith.
we have 37 possible matchups to discuss real quick.
Again,
We're all
college
going
math.
to give the same
You
answer
guys
every
should
time.
just imagine that meme from It's Always Sunny with that guy. I can't remember his name, but he has like all
We
the
don't
like,
care about your
photos
memes.
on the wall, and he has like all this string like going
Oh,
to one to the
yeah.
other. That's
Oh.
basically been me today, just trying to figure out everything.
Day, something day, right?
Uh,
He was at the ASU
Charlie-
game. that
Charlie
Charlie
Day.
did. There you go.
yep, he was in the curtain of distraction. There's a good plug. Thank you.
Brought it back for you. 942 crew.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Continue on. We got
So a possible 4-5 matchup, Garrison versus Keaton. This is possible. So what I think would happen in this case, I'm not going to stray away. Keat, I think you're in for a big week, and I think you would beat Garrison. Done. Move on.
I'm getting
Who wants to
kind of
go
worried.
next?
Ryan said this so many times
Yeah.
that
I'm just
all
gonna
my
go
players are
against
gonna
Ryan.
die.
So who you're gonna go with, Gar?
I think so. I don't like your prediction.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Keaton. I've picked Garrison too many times.
Nice.
So
You know, like, we don't really know what's going on as much because we're just like, we're sick of going with Ryan. We're sick of going with whoever.
the dumbest
You
reasoning.
guys have, I don't think you guys have picked me once.
Yeah. And I don't plan to either.
Was that it? Or did you say yours?
I said Keaton.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we all went with Keaton for that one. Other matchup, myself versus Gare.
Gare.
That was quick. Luke.
Let me think about this because, Garrison. Again, my same reasoning for Ryan and Marcus game. I just don't think you can put up the numbers that you did this week.
Garrison's not picking up that many points. You guys
Quit
think he's
defending
doing
yourself.
No, you guys think he's doing so well. He's not really doing that well. He just gets good matchups to where he's playing someone who's not going
Okay,
going
what
off
are his
that
matchups
week.
this week? You sound very defensive.
He actually
Well,
has
because
some
he's not
really
that.
good matchups
I've
this
scored
week.
more points than him this year. That's my point.
I've scored more
I
points
have
than
a-
you, and I'm out of the playoffs. What's your point?
I'm just saying I can match up better against him than him against me.
So who
That's
are you
what I'm
picking,
saying.
Ryan?
I'm
Yeah.
picking myself.
Oh wow.
Garrison, if we play this week, you're losing. Mark it
You
down.
know what? I'm gonna switch my pick.
Ooh.
I'm going with Ryan. Here.
You're just a
Wow.
floozy, going all over the place.
He's
Ryan really
he just
convinced you.
convinced me.
Missionary
yeah,
work.
I mean,
right there.
Oh my gosh. You don't need your missionary work. Carry on.
Last game, me versus Keto.
Keto.
Keaton.
Keaton.
Nice.
That was
Really?
easy. You guys have heard me the whole entire time. I think Keaton's
Yeah.
matchups are just
I really am
crazy
kind
good.
of worried now, Ryan. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you totally.
If
It's
there's-
never a good sign when Ryan is picking your team.
If there is one
Like, you're
team
gonna
I'm
lose for
afraid
sure.
of this week, it is Keaton. I really don't want to be matched up against Keaton. For real.
Wash out.
What's the likelihood that I have to play him?
Getting scared.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be
Yes, I
crazy
am.
if I just knocked Luke out first round?
Well, what needs to happen is I need to win, and
Well, yeah,
I
everyone
need
needs
to-
to win. What
I
are you
need to
talking about?
lose.
I need to
but
drop down to the
I
third
need
Oh,
to,
you're saying, okay.
I need to jump ahead of Keat to drop him down to 6.
And that's possible.
All this math you're doing over here.
But
This actually
who has
might-
more points for? I guess we
Oh
could
my
check
gosh.
it. Who has more points for, Keto or
if you
Gare?
had the math already done, you wouldn't be looking right now, would you?
True.
Between Keaton and who?
And Gare.
Yeah, what happened to that college math, Ryan?
It's.
Ooh,
Doesn't
that's
work for preparing for
I'm
things,
telling you
apparently.
guys, I was Charlie
Pretty
Day.
close.
and my
Keaton's
brain's
got him by
fried.
30 points. What was
Yeah,
the
what's the score
But yeah.
today?
101?
292. So Keaton's got him.
So yeah.
So the only thing that can
I-
mess that up, the only thing that can mess that up is if Keaton loses and Garrison wins. So, yeah,
And most likely Gare's going to lose.
Most likely, yeah.
yeah, most likely.
Well, we'll
Which
see.
means, which probably means
so I'm
I'm stuck against Keat. Dang it,
It's key.
Keat!
Okay.
I don't want to play you. Oh, I
It
don't
probably
like it.
bodes well for you if you play key because you've picked key all day.
Ooh, reverse
So,
psychology.
yeah.
Gosh.
Nice.
We've already done enough of these like little loop-de-loos to figure out who's doing what.
No, but
so.
the likelihood, I think Luke's right. The likelihood is me versus Keto. and it's probably going to be Garrison,
Me and Garrison.
versus Luke. Or, I mean, depends on what happens between you and Marcus, your guys' games.
Oh gosh.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
You're just going into these like
Never ending.
telling you guys,
hypothetical. What happens here and there?
you guys do not go into my bedroom. It's just a mess in there. With
We
all
don't
the
want to go in
different
your bedroom.
We don't need to
possibilities.
know what
We don't want to know
messes-
what the mess is. We don't want to know what's going on in there.
Yeah.
It's your space. Don't worry, buddy.
Well, one gender likes to come in there, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You are
You,
so
the only one.
Oh, what an episode, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, no one's gonna care about this one. There's like no.
This is just.
I'm in this one though. This is the best one.
If you like all different kinds of possibilities, this is your episode.
Oh my gosh.
So stay tuned. Tomorrow it's going to get finalized. We'll come back next week and break it all down. Once Garrison's back, maybe. Who knows how long he's going to be gone.
I think.
Do we not know how
Do we
My
know
guess
not-
is he'll be back
Do we not
pretty
know?
quick. You can't stay away from fantasy.
It's true. He's texting us constantly.
It's like a softball game. You gotta hurry back for these.
Yeah, I know
things.
that's my kryptonite. Softball, his fantasy.
for sure.
What are your guys'?
Mine would be ASU football,
This is
which
his ultimate
strictly
fantasy
means
weekend.
I'm not
Fantasy
going to get
football
married in
and
the fall.
honeymoon. This is Gare's best weekend of his entire existence. It can't get any better.
It only goes down from here, Garrett.
Sorry, Gare. Gino, you can only make him so happy. He's got to have the fantasy football as well. Sorry.
Sorry.
Can you edit this part out?
We're definitely.
No.
I'm turning this part up.
No.
Matt,
What's up?
you're gonna leave us.
I am.
Well,
Gotta go
what
back.
do you want to say to the fans?
See ya.
What do you have?
See you
to
later.
say?
See you next year.
year because
Yeah.
I'm out.
No, I was telling Garrett this earlier. 2022 is my year. We're not too worried about.
Skipping
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even care about 2021 at this point. I'm already given up on that. 2022 is my goal.
for fantasy or just life in general.
Well, a little bit of both. Hopefully we'll graduate in 2022 as well. So
There we go.
exactly that for sure. That'll be my year then.
And then you'll be moved back here, hopefully.
Just pray the residency match gods
Yeah,
favor us moving me back here.
we hope. We hope. Luke, what do you guys say?
Nothing.
He is over it. He is done with tonight.
Hey, I have finals this week. I have been grinding. My brain is fried too. So
Oh, well, luckily for me, I'm not in school, so I can do all this weird matchup stuff. And
and finish the sentence.
no, I can't. I can't. My brain's fried. All of our brains are fried.
What is yours fried from? Explain.
Doing
that.
this, I'm telling you.
You did this like
Very
like
Luckily, you're
an
not in
hour.
school, so I can do all this. Why's your brain fried? This.
This, what we're talking about.
You have 3 things written down on that paper.
I know we just rolled.
I can
with it.
see the paper. What do you?
It doesn't take much.
It's all the
right?
different possible matchups.
Uh,
That's all we need to write down.
He's like Sherlock
So
Holmes
intense.
of fantasy.
everything floating around. Gosh, a beautiful
get us
mind
outta
over
here,
here.
Ryan.
Rain Man.
We gotta have you get us out because Garrison's
Me?
not here.
What about Luke? He's the
Luke?
I
Get
thought-
us
how
the
do you-
frick out of here.
1, 2, 3 Beardos, and we're signing off.
Woo!